Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Koholoim La Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rachahadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachnan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I was listening to talk radio earlier. As soon as I turned the radio on, it was talking about these Skechers, these shoes, right? Sneakers for kids. And they have a Apple AirTag tracker hook up directly under the sole of the shoe. And basically the way that they're pushing this is that, find your shoes, basically. Kids, might throw a damn shoe. One shoe is in the closet, one behind the couch, whatever the case may be. So they're trying to frame it as if it's to track down the shoes. But really, in reality, this right here, that's just tracking in general. They're gonna, they're basically, in so many words, they're not saying it, but we already know what's really gonna happen with this. They're gonna put that shit in the shoe and track the children, so to speak. And then let's say if you just got a hack or something like that, and somebody, they running down your damn child and they know exactly where they at. But overall, Esau, he tries to slick things over. He's crafty, and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me grab that real quick. And we're definitely in the last days, man. This man is getting a lot more smoother about that wearable and traceable shit. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of the fact that Apple AirTag shit, that shit should be actually illegal, you ask me, because anybody can put that shit on your car. They can, just walk up behind you and slip that shit into a slot on your backpack. Slip that shit. It's too. This man is really getting down, because I know here in Michigan, and it was a lot of other states too, where a lot of women, were finding these AirTags on their cars and stuff, behind like their license plates, just anywhere that they can stick it, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you could be tracked. So just think about with the shoes. Now, when the straight comes down to it, they could say, well, this is a safe way to, know exactly where your child is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they're located in the lunchroom. They're located out in the, recess yard or whatever the case at school. They're at the bus stop. They're walking home. Exactly, just on some tracking shit. I mean, you can do that with a phone as well, but they're just coming, because see, they're making things smaller and smaller. And then Esau get to talking about how, the grain of rice, and, because if they can do this with the shoe, let's go back to the shoe. Of course, they're going to get a lot more craftier with it. Like, okay, well, the shoes were taken off the feet and thrown into the trash. So it's going to lead up to basically eventually them wanting to put this stuff under your skin, man. Like, this is crazy. As soon as I turned the radio on, I'm like, Skechers. I know people be wearing, I don't know, shit. I ain't never seen nobody with no damn Skechers in the hood, but I know, people wear these boys. But I guess this particular shoe, like $60, and then I seen some at Walmart too. I guess where you can pretty much, I think Walmart may have like some particular shoes like this as well. So but overall, this is some pretty freaky shit, right? Like for real. But we get it, man. We understand where it's going. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me just grab this Revelation 13:16, because this is what it's all leading up to, man. And he calls it for all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So this particular type of technology that they want to put in these damn shoes, they're going to eventually want to, because that Apple AirTag really is about the size of Elon Musk's Neuralink, the brain chip that they've been doing. So the tech is there. People out here, thinking shit through the computer, and shit is actually moving with just the thought of their mind. People are already, making payments. They have these chips in their hands already with their banking accounts and shit like that linked to them, man. So the tech is there, man. And of course, you got Trump with this stable coin stuff, where he's going digital. RFK Jr. talking about everybody having, all Americans having a wearable by 2029. And they're trying to frame it as if they want to keep you safe. It's going to be about health. Then, of course, the way that they're more likely going to frame, it's just me speaking as a man, your children being born and they automatically getting it right off the jump, and that'll keep them from being kidnapped. They can be searched down. It'll keep the people, the kids more safer. You know how Esau is. He gonna come down with some smooth ass talk, try and make you seem as if, what I'm saying, he cares about you and shit. But the scripture says to never trust thine enemy, man. For like as iron rusteth, so is, this man's wickedness, man. And that Breakfast Club show, brothers was doing videos on it like last week, where you had Jess Hilarious and this guy Charlemagne the God and them, and they were sitting on the show, and that was an actual topic that he brought up, like, would you take the brain chip? And basically, they was going off into how, if you don't get it and somebody else got it, and they got ups on you, you know what I'm saying, as far as like an advantage, Then one guy, he was like, just imagine if, you upload every language in the world, and you can just automatically go to France and speak fluent French or whatever the case may be. Then you had the Jess Hilarious chick on there. She was like, I don't know. None of them said that they wouldn't take it. See? But why are they using that particular type of platform? Because they get a lot of listeners, man. Why would they use that kind of platform to actually ask that question? Because they're going to come after you, Jake, first anyway. But this is Revelation 13 and 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is just, overall is gradualism. But they're making people get used to this type of stuff, man, this type of technology. And you can go anywhere, man, and get a small tracker, man, and throw that shit on somebody's car. It's all kind. You'd be surprised, man. It's all kinds of stuff that you can actually, track people with these days, man. And people are not using it for the safety of their children like that, and all this so-called safe shit. No, they're using that shit as demons, man. You think, and a lot of people coming up missing. But anyway, I just, I didn't want to keep this long. I just found this to be very interesting, man. Because again, they trying to run it and frame it as if, okay, the kids lost the shoes again. Let me turn on my Apple phone or whatever and find my shoes. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. Because you think as a parent, I mean, shit, if a kid's this small, and shit, you take their damn shoes and put them shits in the closet, man. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly where they are. But again, this is the way that Esau is trying to frame it. So let me grab that one. Now, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. This man is about to come down with that shit soon. Sirach 12 and 10. Ecclesiasticus is also known as the book of Sirach 12 and 10. In the 1611 King James Bible, it says, never trust thine enemy. For like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. He's going to come, humbling himself, crouching. Oh, we love you so much. The safety of the kids. All this good stuff. You know how Esau gets done. That's how he frame everything. Every time he comes through with a new law that he about to bullshit you with, he will always bring it as if it's something safe. Because that's what the devil does, man. You know what I'm saying? He eventually, that's why you can't trust him. Because you're going to eventually find out that this fucker is a liar, man. But by that time, it's too late. This man is the cunning hunter, man. He's the cunning hunter. I mean, even right now, If you just go buy a new car, they can track the car no matter where you are. I mean, even with the cell phones, we already know that. We understand what it's getting down to. But again, they're trying to, make this thing, appear more. Yeah, let me see here. That's that shit crazy right there, bro. That's some James Bond shit. Matter of fact, I remember used to watch I think the show Maxwell Smart, and he used to have like some little shit in his. But that was way back in the days. Esau was on that shit. I think that show came out in like I don't even know, the 60s or 70s or some shit. And Esau, that Inspector Gadget type of shit. Yep. So they trying to make it, seem more peaceable, so to speak, And people don't care, man. Because I done a lesson, I think it was last week, on the new Apple update for the phone, the new iOS update, and it was talking about taking your blood sugar, some shit like that. I guess 1044, but it's basically I think it was like 3 different types of Apple Watches that they had that that linked with it, so to speak, that it'll keep up with your blood glucose, whatever the shit it was. It was something weird, But this man, he's collecting all your data, man. You don't think this man is not collecting your steps per day, your cardio, whatever you using on I don't use any of that shit. The health app, I turn all that shit off in the phone. I mean, even though, like I said again, we already know that they can still pull whatever, but I try and give them less of a chance to be up on me like that, man. Because, yeah, we're not to trust this man. The scripture says to never trust thine enemy, man. We have to take that into account. But I found this to be interesting, though, so I'm going to leave it there, man. It's getting there, man. It's getting there. This freaky right here. That's crazy. That shit is crazy. It's so much shit you can just think about. A damn demon, man. A motherfucker on demon time. And it's shit that they can actually pull off, man, with something like this, man. This is crazy. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and the Baba Ball.